So you're up. You see Kenshin going at it with two of these fools, but one's pretty much on his hands and knees now. With there's some guts kind of hanging out of him. He's not doing super awesome, but he's not down yet. You said you wanted to go after one of these guys, eh?
Well, I'm not like charge after him, but kind of like
Try to
start
find
heading
him.
over in his direction and, well, one, locate him, and two, see what his status is.
Okay.
But like keeping my distance.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you are trying to discern your realities. So go ahead and roll your wisdom for me.
People are cheering him on while he's fighting. It sounds like.
All right, and you can ask one of what happened here recently, what is about to happen, what should I be on the lookout for, what here is useful or valuable to me, who's really in control here, or what here is not what it appears to be. Choose wisely.
The second one.
What is about to happen? Oh, what it's about to happen is you're gonna hear the screaming, and out of the shadows emerges one guy with a fairly large burn mark on his chest, and he has a blue bandana over his eyes, and he's charging at you with an axe. What do you want to do?
Can they see through the bandanas?
They seem to be doing okay.
Well, I mean, you say over the eyes. I don't know if that blocks.
Yeah, they
Us. Okay.
they seem to be doing just fine. They are heading straight, or he's heading straight for Sirach.
I didn't know if you meant like over the eyes or just like above the eyes or.
Oh no, over the eyes.
Okay.
Think what are those specific Jedis in Star Wars SWTOR with their eye?
Mirror-lukins.
Yeah, think that. Except they do have eyes, or just covered with blue cloth, for whatever reason.
Okay, hang on. Side note.
Mhm.
Windows 10 keeps turning down my volume, and I can't. I'm missing parts of it because it'll just like auto turn it down to like nothing.
Okay,
Does anybody know
why it's doing
a
that?
fix for that? Yeah.
Oh, I'm still on 8. I unfortunately don't.
Okay, I'll just Google it.
Right click, go to sounds, and then go to communications, and then when Windows detects communications activity, do nothing. That should help a little bit.
Yeah, it was reducing it by 80%.
Yeah, that should fix it.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So what are you doing to this gentleman that's charging your friend?
Yeah, he wants to take your fur for a coat.
I am in wolf form.
I'm assuming you are. Why don't you go ahead and do a quick roll to see how many holds you have?
Okay.
All right, you have all 3. Did you write down what you get for wolf? Your moves? I think it was like hold, like be able to grab something in your teeth and keep it from running away, leap and run quickly, something like that.
So basically, an attack of varying capacity, and then
Well, you can attack.
sprint and leap.
You can attack without using those.
Exactly. The holds are for specific situations. You
Okay.
can stay in your form until you use the 3 specific holds. So the holds I'll give you is 1, you can trap something in your teeth so it's unable to flee. You can leap a great distance, or you can run as fast as the wind for a brief amount of time.
Okay, well, I'm just going to, go straight at him and do a basic attack.
Okay. So since you're doing a basic attack, go ahead and roll your
Strength.
hack and slash, yeah. So he's coming down. He's going to try to crack you in the top of the skull. So he's able to get his attack in as you go in and you bite him in the thigh. Roll your damage, and because you're in wolf form, I'll give you a +1 piercing. All right. Yeah.
Let's see. That's actually +2 damage because of red tooth and claw.
All right. Yeah, you go in and you actually rip the inner thigh away from him, and his artery just starts spraying all over your face. As he begins to collapse, He thwacks the axe on top of your head, and you take 1d6 damage, and he just falls down limp on the ground.
Oh. Was that the one I hit?
Yeah.
It was
He
more he just, like, as I ripped his leg off,
It
he
just kind of
threw
fell out of his
axe up
hand
and
on your head.
It kind of just batted me on the butt.
Edward, you look over and you can see that Kenshin has one of these fellows down on his hands and feet. He appears to be trying to get back and stand up, and his other friend is going in for another attack. Edward, what do you do? Alice has now come to your side, and she's looking up you like, okay, what are we gonna do now? Who are these guys?
Sure. She's now named Alice when she was named Daisy, but that's okay.
Daisy, sorry.
I like Alice. That's her nickname.
Yeah, you call her Alice for some reason, but she's upset with that because her real name's Daisy.
No, I'm not that much of an asshole. I mean, I might be, but I'm not. I'm actually gonna have her scout the forest. Make sure there's no others trying to sneak up on us.
Can
I do that?
You want me to look around? Yeah, you can order your follower. Let's roll plus your loyalty.
Loyalty. +1. So what roll is that?
Just standard 2d6 plus 1.
+1.
You just like Braxton. Just like, you're gonna tell me, go out here into the forest. Go out here in the forest. Gonna go by myself? Yes, because I look like someone that's been in this forest before. Fine, fine. You can hear her just kind of bitching as she starts walking into the darkness.
The kid'll learn. What?
Okay, is Daisy the golem?
No.
No.
Or is that...
She's one of the folks from the library.
No.
Okay,
And then
so I missed that part.
I haven't summoned the golem yet, which was what I was gonna do next.
Just wanted
Or
to
not the
clarify,
golem,
'cause I
but
was
just
a little lost.
it's a summon monster, basically.
Yes, and let me pull that back up real quick for your summoning.
5th level summoning, ongoing. A monster appears and aids you as best it can. Treat it as your character with access to only the basic moves. I actually need to pull that up because that's a tiny little bar to read that in. So, this one here. Because summon monster is a great move. And everybody should learn how to summon a monster at some point in their life. Boom. Thank you.
Let's see, where do you have that?
It's a 5th level on the page. It's in the bottom in the spells.
Spells. Gotcha. There we go.
Common monsters, second from the
Monster
bottom.
appears, treat it as your character. Da-da-da. Okay. So roll your skill. Your int.
Okay. I'm gonna roll intelligence first. The summon. There's the summon. It's not a skeleton. It's a spider. A big spider.
The GM will tell you the type of monster you get based off the traits you select.
Okay. Last time you said I could pick, so.
It's okay. I know you want a spider, so let's see what you're picking. So you get to choose
It's
something.
whatever you want. It could be a chicken for all I give a shit. Be a demon chicken. I have to. What is it? The roll. It's a
1d6
1D.
of traits. So you get 2 traits.
Plus 2 HP for every level I have, so 6, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. It's got 13 HP. And it has plus 2 instead of 1 to 1 stat, which is it goes by my stats, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So plus 2. So we'll go to Got plus. I said plus two to strength.
The ground begins to shake down at your feet, and this bulbous form begins to rise up out of the ground, dark, almost black, pitch black, and then little head pops out, and these 8 little legs kind of shoot out of the side, and this thing stands up. It's about as high as your knees, and it looks up at you, and it has these huge 3-inch long fangs dripping. You now have Super Spider Monster.
Yeah.
Kenshin, you hear this go on? Like you still aren't quite sure what this sound is, but you recognize the summoning sound from before. And as you refocus, you see that they're both coming in for an attack again. The one guy's kind of off balance as he's holding his guts in, but he's going to try to go for your legs, as the other one's trying to go for your side. What do you wish to do?
Well, I'm going to defy danger to roll away from them,
Mm-hmm.
and then as I come up, I'm going to produce an item that no one has ever seen me draw before, because it was part of my down alone time. So
Sweet.
first I'll
Yeah, sweet. Divide. Yeah, roll out of that way.
First, I'm going to defy danger, and this is a +1 because I'm using dexterity. Because I have on the move.
Oh yeah. You roll through so quickly that the one that's off balance actually comes across and swipes at his own friend. His friend kind of gets knocked off balance by the blunt of the blade, but he staggers up, kind of brushes the blood off his chest.
And then I produce this small item from one of my sashes.
Mm-hmm.
And I pull it, you hear an audible click as I seem to manipulate something on the top of it. And then just this horrendous sound pierces the night.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like thunder.
Indeed.
It should sound like those British cop sirens.
And I don't know what you want me to use with that, because it's a close.
It's a volley. I'll still, because it's still at range.
Yeah.
So it requires your
Yeah, that's fine.
your aim.
Can you make a sonic grenade? Is that what's happening?
No, yeah. We'll see what happens. Roll your damage. And then you'll still choose from the volley. So that I believe is lose one of your ammo, move into another situation, or let's see, volley. Yeah, you have to move to get the shot, placing yourself in danger. You have to take what you can get, minus 1d6 damage, or you have to take several shots, reducing your ammo by 1.
Okay. I'll just reduce my ammo by 1. That's fine. Roll my damage. This is also +2.
Goodness. Whatever it's gonna
And
get.
roll me a d2 to see who you hit.
Flip that coin. If I roll virtual dice, does that roll for everybody?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow, lame.
The one that just stood up and he's brushing the blood off of his chest, his head explodes while his hand is still kind of rubbing his chest, and then his entire body falls back. His friend is knocked back just by the sound, and he's on his ass just looking at you. Edward, you just saw an explosion coming out of Kenshin's hand. The head of one of these creatures just explored, and I'm pretty sure you heard the squeak of Daisy behind you. What do you want to do? The quivering Remaining rebel is kind of deafened and confused,
I'm
probably
gonna hop
soiled.
on the spider and ride over.
It's not big enough for you to ride. It's up to your
Aw.
knees.
Not a riding spider.
It's not a riding spider.
Aw.
You could try to hop on it, but you're probably gonna roll damage because it's probably gonna go squish.
Okay, well then I won't do that. I am gonna walk over though, me and the spider.
And do what? You approach and you can see he's trying to reach around in the darkness for his axe, but he's still kind of like he has no idea what just happened, so he's very dazed and confused.
I'm gonna make him look me in the eye, and I'm gonna exert my will over him.
You dominate that dominate thing.
Hypnotist, yeah.
Intelligence, please. And tell me what this is like. What do you do?
I'm basically drilling into his mind and just overwhelming his thoughts with just look at me, don't move, don't do anything.
So you get about 5 feet away from him, but then you feel like this spell it's going to be broken if you even take a single step forward.
That's fine. Just gonna stand there and stare at him.
He's just staring back, but you can't tell. Like he's facing you, but you don't see his eyes. Sirach, you've heard this loud crack come from camp, and you turn around real quick to see Edward standing perfectly still, staring straight at this blinded rebel who is staring straight back at him while sitting on the ground. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna start taking a look around, kind of circle the area, probably about 30 feet from them.
As you go out,
Just looking around.
you come across Daisy, and she says, "Come, dog." Look, and she points up to one of the trees, and you can see the symbol that you've all seen before, where the two X's and the line towards the top is there. It
So
seems to
they're
be
using the
fairly
same
old
symbol.
on the tree, the insignia of...
Okay.
The Nutman. Exciting.
She points to you footprints that seem to scatter away for a few hundred yards, but tells you that she hasn't found anything else out here.
I'm going to actually venture forth, probably about another 20 feet, kind of like sniffing the footprints and see if they're fresh at all.
Yeah, you can tell these are from them. These are the
Oh,
footprints
them
from...
coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Are they going away or are they coming too?
I'm gonna circle back and kind of start making my way over towards Kenshin.
Is Kenshin still in the duel?
He would have been, but you just broke him from it by hypnotizing.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I thought the guy was gonna flee. Oh well.
Well, that would have still been part of the duel of him choosing to flee.
Yeah, that's okay. I mean,
Well,
nobody's
Kenshin, you see that Edward has taken this strange pose and is gazing into the what you would assume to be eyes of this rebel who is seemingly gazing straight back. The gun feels kind of hot in your hands. You feel a strange tingling in your arm from probably never firing this weapon before.
No.
Oh no, no tingles.
No, he's right. I never fired it before. It's like, oh, well, that worked out rather well.
What caliber is it?
Dead.
Dead caliber.
It's like an old musket, so it's probably like a 45 or better.
It's
Mhm.
probably like a 50 cal musket ball,
Okay.
and it just kind of blasts
I mean,
through
it's
people.
it's not a tiny.
Is it magically enhanced at all, or is it just like a musket?
No.
It's a pistol right now.
Okay.
What do you wish to do, Kenshin? Sirach and Daisy have kind of entered, and they're saying there appears to be no one else out.
Can I talk while
I'm going to be informing
You-
Kenshin of the symbol.
Is you can talk, but you can't look away or move, Edward.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to explain exactly what I'm doing. Like how I'm just kind of dominating his mind and he can't move.
Then explain.
I'm dominating his mind and he can't move. I have control, but I can't look away. And I can't move. Otherwise
Why
he will-
did you do this?
Information, my friend.
Should have saved the other one. That one was mine.
Well, you blew one up. I had to save this one. There's no one left. And at this point, the spider kind of skitters up my back a little bit. Like a parrot. It's kinda
Yeah,
sitting
it
on my
feels
shoulder.
pretty heavy. This thing probably weighs a good 30, 45 pounds on your shoulder.
That's okay.
You're probably lopsided now a little bit. Leaning. Yeah, you're...
Well,
Won't that break his gaze?
No, I'm still staring at him.
At that, I'm just gonna like flick off my blade and resheath it, and then
head back to the campfire.
yep.
Well, Edward, he's hypnotized by you. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna ask him where he came from and why they continue to attack us.
He's just staring at you. Remember, hypnotist on a hit, they are paralyzed and cannot move.
Yeah, but they can speak.
Doesn't say that.
Well, it doesn't say I can or cannot speak. I thought it was up to interpretation.
What does the group say? The exact thing says when you make eye contact with someone, exert your will over them, roll plus intelligence on a hit. They are paralyzed and cannot move, but on a 7 to 9, the effect is broken if you move. When you break off eye contact, they can move again.
I mean, I'm fine with it either way. I just...
As am
I believe he should be able to talk, but he is still of complete control over his. Like, he can give us whatever information he wants to or doesn't want to.
Yeah, like I just have control of his
He can.
physical
You
body.
can ask questions all day, but he can just sit there silently
He kind of
if he wanted to.
he laughs. Let's attack you. It's been you fucks that we keep coming across in this. Well, this is our land, and well, you took our fort from us. Can't let you fucks keep running about. Me and my brothers, we're gonna take you out.
You liberated your fort. Didn't take it.
Liberated, you stole it. Killed Redclaw, you stole it from us.
Red
no
Claw was an
liberation.
asshole.
And you aren't using your weebly old magic powers to knock us away. Too much of a pussy to fight us hand to hand, are you, old man?
Alright, I'm just gonna stick the spider on him. The spider's just gonna jump off my shoulder and jump on his face.
Yeah, he screams, and the spider takes his face off and proceeds to suck him dry. Well, the woods seem to they quiet down of the tension, but the normal sounds of the cicadas and crickets start to rise back up. Daisy is kind of sickened by your spider and goes and sits down on the other side of the campfire, kind of still mumbling to herself. Sending me out to the forest all by myself. Does he not even know who I am? It's not what I do. I should have never come over here. This is...
Safety, my dear. Safety.
I'm not your dear.
Well, fine. Next time you can fight. I do not care either way.
The rest of the night seems to go by with no further alarms. The stench of dead bodies starts to kind of rise in the morning as the sun begins to breach the horizon and the temperature begins to go up.
It smells like the lab back at the school.
What do you all wish to do? The orange tint of the sunrise begins to reflect off the peaks of the two mountains in front of you.
Let's continue to search for the valley.
So you
Was there
all
anything valuable on those guys? Or were they just like only like in the sun we noticed that they were only wearing a blue sash across their eyes?
well now
Naked.
as the sun begins to rise up, you can see that it's just like blue cloth that's been tied around their eyes. They're wearing a darkened armor. You completely recognize this as it's the standard gear of all of the soldiers that are still back in the fort, other than like One Eye and see Rohan. Edward, you would recognize that these folks would have a specific item on them still if you wish to go for it.
Sure.
All right. Well, you find yourself 3 golden cock rings.
Yeah. Do I have that still listed anywhere? Yes, I do. So I'm gonna add 3.
And let's take a quick look here.
4
Kenshin,
golden
since you
cock-
did the most damage, go ahead and roll me a 1d6, please.
You got it.
You find a few coins, about 2d8 coins, spread throughout them equally.
Yes, you want me to roll the 2d8?
I don't care who. I'm not going to. About 6 coins total.
Oh, there were 4. Makes sense. They've just been living in the woods for a while.
For a while, yeah, they've been out here for a while.
Yeah, I suppose that's our fault too, huh?
It is.
The
It isn't. It's Rohan's.
you all kind of get the sense as the wind kind of switches direction and starts blowing across from the southern direction. It's a dark rust, like rotted smell coming from the forest.
From behind us?
From if you were looking at the coast, it would be directly behind you. It's just a smell of like rotting wood and trees and plant life.
I think we should go check it out.
Yeah.
So you guys begin heading south. Do you ride your horses or do you walk?
Well, it's a forest, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna leave.
You're right on the edge where like to your right side it's fairly light and to your left it's pretty thick. You'd probably do either.
I'm feeling rather old, so I'm gonna ride the horse, but I'm gonna ride it slowly behind Kenshin while he leads his horse.
You guys start heading heading south for a couple hours, and the smell is getting stronger and stronger. It smells very wet, very moldy, very just rotted. And you start to see trees that are sagging, almost like they're melting, like the bark and the wood is getting so wet that they're starting to just drip down. The vegetation across the ground is getting very brown, and as you walk forward, it starts even getting worse to where There's black pools of just muck and complete like algae fields with swarming bugs all over it. The smell's getting so bad now that you're nearly choking on it, and it seems like it's lifting off the ground. You can almost see a haze of just decay. What do you guys keep doing?
I am going to put one of my sashes over my face.
Yeah, I'm kind of covering my face with one of my sleeves and.
You do you want to?
Where the smell comes from.
So where you're currently standing now, to your right hand side, this mountain range has followed you down. It's still a little bit of a ways off, but it's followed you all the way down to where the mountains are starting to get a little smaller. They don't really have snow up on the top, but they're staying to your right side. To your direct left is the thick forest, and you think you can see the reflection of light, maybe some kind of lake far off in the distance, but you might have to get up a little higher to see what it is. The smell still appears to be coming from all around you. It's just surrounding you with rot, decay. Everything around here is either dead or dying. You don't see creatures. The only bugs you see are maggots and flies and things that live off of
What is
the yuck.
Uh, what is? Can I discern realities and maybe see if it's something magical causing all this?
Yeah. What are your 3 questions?
Hold on, I gotta pull those up. Which one are those in?
Basic moves.
Why danger defense about Lord? Okay. What here is not what it appears to be. What happened here recently, and what should I be on the lookout for?
Okay. You using your magical wit, you don't see anything that appears to be fake or false. No tricks. It all seems to be just a dead, dying forest. What happened here recently is something very powerful died. And let's see what should you be on the lookout for? You should be on the lookout for a place where something powerful died.
All right.
You get a sensation that the smell probably goes deeper into the forest more than straight towards where you can see the reflection of what appears to be water yourself.
All right. Well, I'm gonna suggest we head into the forest a bit and try to pinpoint the source of this decay and the smell. I have a feeling.
Well, let's find whatever this feeling is of yours.
So as you start walking into the forest, you get this glimpse of a pile of rocks and just fallen trees and what appears to be some possible chains, but the smell is getting so great that you're all going to either need to withstand this danger in some fashion or you're gonna get sick. The smell is making you all feel like you're gonna puke all over the place. It's making your eyes blurry, your ears are even ringing. What do each of you do to withstand this smell of awful?
Well, I've got my fan out. I've not only got my face covered, but I've got my fan out, like, constantly keeping air flowing past my face.
So it sounds like you're trying to do like either quick thinking for getting your fan out and doing it, or you are so like quick with the fan, so dexterous with the fan, you're able to keep the air moving.
Yeah. So defy danger with dexterity.
Sure.
Nope.
It is. Yeah.
That's a +1. That's a 7.
Okay.
Overwhelming.
You can tell, Kenshin, that this smell, you're going to be able to keep it clear from here, but going any further is probably going to end in not so
Not so great.
healthy beings. Yes. You think you might be able to withstand it, but it probably isn't something you would be wise to do. Sirach, your nose is on fire. You probably smell it worse than anybody else, being a wolf and everything. Everything in your body is saying run away. It's just screaming, get out of here. What do you want to do, Sirach? How are you just withstanding this scent?
Outside of just pure awesomeness, I don't have anything. Constitution.
So are you trying to just endure it? Just be like, whatever. I'll lick my nose a couple times and
Yeah, that's pretty
All
much
right,
all
yep.
I can do.
Constitution.
Well, he's just like,
Yeah,
whatever.
you probably like find the one piece of, berries or something that's still clean and good, and you lick it up and then you lick your nose with it. So you kind of just pasted like this berry juice all over your nose. You're like, yeah, guys, it smells good to me. What are you guys all complaining about?
Go.
It smells awesome.
Disgusting.
Edward, Daisy is green. she doesn't look good. You're probably right along there with her. What are you gonna do?
Can I burn the smell away?
Well,
Or is it just
you can see that there's a haze of smell that's kind of lifting up off the ground. So if you want to light a fire, hey man, light a fire.
I'm gonna be slowly backing away if the wizard staff starts to light up.
I'm gonna have Daisy take the horses and back up about, I don't know, 150 feet or so.
She's like, yep, cool, yep, yeah, no worries.
And sure, I'm gonna shoot a fireball on the ground and try to blast some of this. Like try to clear the air with just like a shockwave and fire.
Okay.
So, oh,
And what are you? What's your downside?
that one is over here. Right. I'm just gonna draw undue attention, I guess.
Well, as you light up, this puff of flames goes out, and it kind of lights the air on fire for a good 50 or so yards, but it catches one of these dying trees on fire, and it starts to crackle and pop, and it snaps at the base, and it starts falling down towards you, Edward.
Do I still have the spider?
Yep, you still have the spider.
Oh,
I'm gonna have the spider jump and ram the tree in the air.
Do what now?
He's gonna leap off my back and try to ram the tree and knock it off course.
Okay. Spidey powers go. We'll say that's hack and slash. Sure. We'll pretend that's what it is. Roll your strength +2.
The 7.
Yeah, he knocks it out of the path of you, but right into the path of Kenshin. So Kenshin, now you look up and you see a squealing spider and tree trunk coming down in your general direction, but you're able to breathe pretty clearly at the moment. What do you wish to do?
I'm going to sever them both at the same time. Screw this noise.
All right. They're not. Yeah. So go ahead and roll your.
No.
Are you trying to do it? Yeah. Never mind.
Oh no, I'm just straight up.
You do it.
It's just cutting them in half. It doesn't matter.
Roll your damage.
The sword comes out and it just.
3. Oh.
Will be the wood is
really?
is so wet and rotten. You snap it in half, but you come and you cut into the spider and it whimpers a little bit and you send it flying about 15 yards into the forest.
That spider's got a lot of health. It's got.
So you
13.
now has 10.
Yeah. Well,
I will at that point. I will pick up. I will hack off one of the burning limbs and carry it with me.
All right.
you're
So you can
welcome.
tell that with fire, you'll be able to go fairly slowly through here, kind of carefully lighting up a patch of this floating dead air. Kind of light it quickly back away and move forward. Or you could probably try to do a large enough blast to clear your path to where you can see this lump of things in the distance, but it might be a little dangerous to do it that way. So do you want to take your time or be quick?
What do you gentlemen think?
Well,
I can attempt to burn everything.
I say we walk back out of the mist and let him try and do it all at once.
To get completely out of the mist, you're gonna have to walk for a couple hours. You've been walking through this stuff for a while now.
Oh. Then let's take it slow.
It's kind of like an airy jello, to where you could take chunks out at a time, or you could probably light a really big bonfire and just light the entire place up. But you know that means you're gonna be standing in the middle of a forest fire for possibly a while.
well, Edward's a smart one. We'll let him decide. Kind of his
Edward
area
also
of
enjoys
expertise.
burning things. Yeah. Yes. Spider's not dead. That's good.
No,
That means I can't summon a fire monster. So, what's the spider made of?
black.
Spider.
He's made of black. He's made of some kind of substance that grew from the earth.
Probably onyx. He just rolls like that. Let's take it slow, gentlemen. I'm feeling tired.
All right. You guys start making your way through here, just lighting up a small patch that burns up about 50, carefully moving out of the way of any potential fallen trees. And it takes you a couple hours, and you get within 100 yards. And what you see is this large egg-like rock that has this huge iron chain that's now loosely hanging off the side of it, but it has like marks across the rock that appears to be it was holding it around like the equator. This rock has now cracked, and down on the bottom, the top is still fairly connected like a point, but down on the bottom you see a grouping of this crystal like substance. And while you guys all ponder this strange scene, let's take a 5-minute break.
Alrighty.
All right.